Hello, Tar Heel Nation. Welcome back to another episode of UNC Hoops Talk podcast. I'm your host, Dan DeWitt. We're going to go through the 4 games we've played so far, the Charleston game, Maui Invitational, fairly quickly, or as quickly as we can, and then preview the big matchup with Iowa coming up next week. A lot to get to, a lot of talk about, and I don't want this to run too long, so I'm going to hop right in. First, the Charleston game. And again, I'm going to go through here kind of quickly. This game kind of as expected. We didn't play great, but we got the win. Trying to see, point total 79-60. A little sketchy first. We didn't shoot the ball, and this is going to be an ongoing theme here, but we shot 39% overall, 22% from the three-point line, 79% from the free throw line. We were led by Caleb Love, 17. Actually, the big story here, everybody was impressed with Day'Ron Sharp, had 13 and 10. 5 of those rebounds were offensive. Had a couple of assists as well. And then we had RJ with 11, Baycott with 12 and 8. Garrison only 6 points, but 11 rebounds. And yeah, just kind of as expected. So not going to spend a lot of time. We got that win, and it's whatever. The UNLV game to start the Maui Invitational in Asheville. We started off really bad. They were up 13-0 on us. And then after that, they kind of proved how bad of a team this. I don't think we played real well. Again, we shot the ball 42% from the field, 35% from 3, 66% from the free throw line. And we did not play exceptionally well, but they were not good. I guess we'll see the rest of the season if they are just that bad or just played that bad. We beat them 78-51. And besides the beginning there, we really, controlled quite a bit. We were led by RJ Davis, 16 points. He was 3 for 4 from 3. And then Garrison Brooks had 14 and 7. Baycott, 12 points. Playtech actually played pretty well, 11 points in his 15 minutes of play. Kessler played well, 7 points in his 13 minutes, was 3 for 3, has 6 rebounds as well, 4 of them offensive rebounds. And Caleb Love really kind of the story here because he struggled, 6 points, 2 for 9 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3, had 4 assists, but 3 turnovers as well. Again, don't want to spend a lot of time on it because it was a pretty easy win for us. And, it gives our freshmen experience, but yet if they're not playing well, I mean, what kind of experience does it give them? So obviously gets them going, gets obviously some live action and all that stuff. But we'll kind of see as we progress here. And it's kind of the same story as we go into Stanford. A little bit of a slow start. They played some good defense on us, doubling the post, so our post can't get going, and then we're not hitting shots. So it's been that way, for a lot of these games. Again, didn't shoot the ball exceptionally well. For the field goals, not as bad. We were 46%. Of course, we'd like to get that up, in the 50s, which means we're getting into the post a lot more. But 33% from the three-point line, and then 63% from the free throw line. And again, just not, especially the free throws, we just have not been doing well. UNLV, what I say, 66%. Charleston, I don't know if I even. We were 79%, but again, none of them under pressure. Not that UNLV or Stanford's were necessarily either. It was kind of a narrow victory. We had to kind of fight back, and lots of fouls called. Was not a pretty game to watch, and we won 67-63 in this one. Again, just not a pretty game, no flow. We actually had all 5 starters in double figures, but that meant only 10 points off the bench. We were led by Caleb Love, 16 points, but it took him 6 of 18 shooting to get there, 2 of 6 from the three-point line, 5 turnovers for him. And again, turnovers were a big thing in this game. We had 24 total. Baycott had 4, Leakey had 4. As I see, Caleb Love had 5, RJ 3, Day'Ron Sharp had 3. So, just really, really kind of an ugly game, but we did grit it out, which is good. People were down and I wasn't happy about it, but last year that game probably ends up as a loss. We just don't fight back and win that game. So it was good to get the win and kind of get an ugly one under our belts there. And you'd hope that kind of turns the corner then, and it just didn't. We did not play well against Texas. And again, going into this game, I kind of said if we play like we did the day before against Stanford, we weren't going to win. If we played well or better, I thought we were going to win. And I think that's true. I think we played about I don't know that we played any better than we did against Stanford, and we ended up losing 69-67. Credit to the guys again for fighting back and making that close. It was not really this close of a game throughout. We, again, turnovers, not as bad. We had 14 of them. Shooting 41% from the field, so we dropped there. 3-point percentage was 11%. We were 1 for 9 from the 3-point line. And then, again, where it just killed us was the free throw line. We were 56%. Again, we lose by 2 here. We make half of the ones we missed there and end up, around 75%. We win this game. Heck, if we make, 4 more of these and end up around 60% where we had been, we win this game. So in that case, was not pretty. And it was really not fun to watch. Obviously, the ending is kind of exciting because it was close, but really was not a good game. We were led by Garrison, 18 points, 7 rebounds, shot better, 7 for 12. Kind of a little bit of a breakout game. Again, we expect him to be better, which is crazy, though. He was actually -8 for the game in his plus or minuses. In that sense, we were led by R.J. Davis. We were +13 with him on the field, but he only had 11 points, shot 3 for 11 overall. And crazy it is, Curran Walton's the only guy that hit the 3 for us. He was the one that hit the only 3 that we made. And again, Caleb Love, no assists in this game, 4 turnovers. R.J. Davis, again, 3 assists, 3 turnovers. Baycott did have 10 points, 12 rebounds. Strong outing from him. He was looking good. Leakey actually, and Leakey has been, a stat stuffer. I haven't mentioned his name yet in these because I'm going kind of quickly, but 8 points, 10 rebounds for Leakey, and he's been solid. Obviously not, our offensive guy, but in this game put up some numbers. And this was, again, I don't think he's going to get 8 points, 10 rebounds every game, but we can get him 6 to 8 points, and he has, 7, 8 rebounds a game. That's about what we want him. And then obviously him playing the defense that he does will help us. But we let Matt Coleman III go off on us. He had 22 points, and they shot the ball not great. They did have 9 3-pointers. They were 41% from the 3-point line, but obviously we would take that every day. Just kind of disappointing. Obviously, we know when we win the Maui championship, we're going to win the NCAA championship. It's happened the last 3 times, or all 3 times that Roy has won the championship. We've won the Maui, so that kind of stinks. And especially if you're superstitious, that's gonna matter. But as it is, we're going to keep moving, and we got to get our freshmen going here because we got a big matchup coming up next Tuesday. So we do have a little bit of time here. They played on Wednesday. They'll travel back and get into the practice and look at tape and hopefully get those young guys' confidence going, get them, taking the right shots so that their efficiency goes up. And we got not quite a week, but we got till next Tuesday when we go to Iowa City to play Iowa in the the ACC Big Ten Challenge. This game will be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN, so not quite a prime time game, but we're getting there. And I think it's the marquee game for that night. The ACC Big Ten Challenge goes Tuesday, Wednesday. I guess maybe not. Maybe there's a bigger game after us, but this is the one I've kind of seen highlighted on ESPN so far. Number 3 right now, Iowa, and I looked kind of at their schedule. I'd seen they'd blown a couple people out, but they've only had 2 games so far. They played NC Central. They beat by 30. They played Southern U, who they beat by about 30 again. And that's all they've played so far. They haven't played since November 27. Now, they do play tonight as I'm recording this. They play Western Illinois. So, again, a team they should win by about 30. And they're not going to really be tested before we come and play them next Tuesday. So maybe that's our benefit there. They haven't really been challenged. But they're strong down low, obviously, with Luka Garza, the preseason player of the year, pretty much for everybody. And I think, I think we got enough bodies and we got enough skill down low that I don't feel he's going to hurt us much. It kind of like Texas, though. They were so experienced. They had 100% of their team or 100% of their scoring or something like that came back from last year. It's the experience of the guards. Matt Coleman just killed us yesterday against for Texas. And so Iowa, too, is pretty experienced. They have a lot coming back. Their guards are experienced. And that may be what does it. If our freshmen don't kind of get going, they may just be too experienced in the backcourt. Obviously, we don't hope for that. We're going to come out and hopefully our guards, again, with the practice and watching tape and stuff, have kind of improved and figured out where they need to be more assertive, maybe where they need to hold back a little bit and feed the post a little bit more. I think we can equalize them, and I think we may even have the advantage down low because we have so many guys and they're so skilled. Iowa does not play, or at least last year. Again, this year is hard to go off of who they've played so far, but they were terrible at defense. So if we can kind of get up and run up and down with them. The thing is, we got to knock down shots. We got to hit a couple outside shots. Everybody so far is doubling our post because they don't think anybody can hit from the outside, and we haven't proved them wrong. We haven't hit from the outside. So that's going to be key in this game. I did put some money on this game. I'm not a big gambler or anything, but I had a free bet, and I threw it up on us. We were getting, I think, 3 points or something like that, 3.5 points. And I was like, hey, what the heck? It's a free bet. Don't really lose anything here. And I put it on us to win. I think I just did straight up. I guess I'll have to check if I did the point spread or straight up. I think it was straight up. Picked us to win. So obviously I'm counting on us. And we'll kind of see what we got, what our freshmen are gonna give us. They, like we said at the preseason, we don't have a lot of time to kind of just get our feet wet. And we had the first couple of games, UNLV and Charleston, teams we should beat, and we did, and whatever. But now we need to progress. We got to take that step forward, and we got to do it against some stiff competition here. So will be interesting to see. Definitely not going to go through the whole ACC Big Ten challenge and see. Nobody cares whether the ACC wins more games or the Big Ten wins more games or whatever. But we'll obviously be watching this one closely, and hopefully the Tar Heels can pull it off. Hopefully we can see some improvement from our Tar Heels. If you have looked at the schedule preseason, after Iowa, that next Saturday, we were supposed to play Elon. That game has been postponed already. Elon has paused all their games and practices and stuff because of COVID. And so it says postponed now, so I assume they're going to try to make that game up at some point or somewhere where they fit it in the schedule. I don't know exactly when Elon will kind of come out of quarantine or whatever, but that would mean after next Tuesday, we go like a week and a half before we play Ohio State in Ohio, in Cleveland. So we'd have a week and a half to again kind of look back at tape, get into the practice, hopefully stay healthy, all that stuff, and kind of other tidbits here. I think he only played against Texas. He ended up only playing like 6 minutes or something, 5.5 minutes, and before that he had been playing double-digit minutes and playing good. I don't know if it's the athleticism of Texas that Roy didn't feel comfortable with him in or what, but he had knocked, he had 11 points against somebody. I don't remember who I said that against. Only 4 against Stanford, so it must have been UNLV. Again, lesser opponent, but he had knocked down some shots and didn't look as tentative on the offensive end. Puff Johnson has not gotten a little minutes, and I don't know what that is, but again, hopefully those freshmen can progress and we can keep moving along and obviously make it a game against Iowa, even beat Iowa and get along before we get into the ACC schedule. So it's coming fast and furious, and this is such a crazy year, but we are here to keep you up to date. Weekly podcasts from here on out. Pretty much, obviously, holidays may play into that a little bit, but make sure you're subscribed wherever you're listening or watching, and just stay in touch with me on Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is, and we're going to get through this season as best we can, and hopefully keep seeing improvement. And if nothing else, we're going to keep you updated. But Heels off to a 3-1 start here with Iowa coming up, and lots of big games to follow after that. But that is all I got for you guys this week. Until next time, go Heels.